Hello and welcome everyone, I'm C.S.Gilmore, and this is Mechanicus. This is really cool. I just realized that there's this whole area here. If I click on my character up here, it shows this whole mission progress and the awakening progress of everything overall. We get a little feedback from the people who have missions. Kinda cool. So I'm experimenting with a slightly different build with my tech priests. This one I've got equipped with the lesser powered gun, as well as a item that does 1 damage but can push a target back 1. So the real reason I want that is for finishing off Necrons once they've been knocked down, as just a free swipe basically. And then this guy I'm keeping with the heavier gun. And I'm hoping this will work better. I've actually tried this mission a couple times now, and it's just not quite working out. I want to give it another go and actually get it, because I've gotten really close to finishing this mission correctly. Now the game does continue on if you fail a mission, but you lose a lot. Like if your tech priest dies, it's 100 Blackstone gone. That sort of thing. It's pretty tough. Also, I'm curious why they have flayed ones listed as an enemy here. I have not run into a flayed one in any of the missions. Like in any of my attempts at this mission so far. Only warriors and destroyers. So that's really interesting. I wonder if it's part of the randomization. Because I will say this game has been extremely random. Like similar encounters but different results. And like a lot of games, say you attack something, you do 4 damage. Then this happens, and this happens. If you reload, do the exact same actions, exact same result. This game does not do that. Completely different results. It works in the AI, the random number generation, whatever it is, actually provide random results. You can reload and try again and get different results. Maybe for better, maybe for worse. It's amazingly complicated compared to a lot of other games I've played. Anyway, let's dive into this though. The works of the enemy. Skitarii and the Tomb of Acropis have encountered a destroyer form of Necron that uses anti-gravitational technology. Tech Inquisitor Scaevola has requested a cohort engage Necron destroyers so this technology can be studied. We'll take this along, not because I want to use them. I would prefer not to get this built up, but better to have it than to need it and not have it. Alright, we're as equipped as we can be here. We're going in. Reports received from Subdomina Capra. Synopsis follows. Heavy resistance / minimal gain / mounting casualties. Confirm yes / no. Correct. There have been setbacks. Our troops have encountered a new Necron war form. Reaction equals delight. Pray Tech Inquisitor explained. Enemy warform provision designation destroyer anti-grav technology confirmed. Explorator request file accessed. Anti-gravitational technology is an area Stygius 8 Magos have requested as high priority. Study of provisional designation destroyer plus desirable, plus necessary, plus sacred duty. And you would be famed through Stygius 8 for exploiting this technology. Statement agreement, request formulation follows commence deployment immediately. Now you have to understand this is a big no-no generally as far as Mechanicus go, because alien tech, bad. It has to be human tech. But also you're not allowed to invent things. Because everything is already out there. You have to go find it. It's kind of they have some complicated dogmas. Though there are loopholes for it. If you're careful. A concentration of Necron destroyers is playing merry hell with our Skitarii units in the Tomb of Acropis. They are highly mobile and heavily armed weapons platforms. Taking them on is dangerous in the extreme. Plus reason to observe them. Our troops possessing such technology extrapolated to conclusion. Greatly increased battlefield effectiveness. I was raised to see that as dangerous thinking, Magos. Put such piety aside for now, Subdomina. Is the cohort ready to advance? They are. I have plotted the likely location of the destroyer units. They are somewhere within this complex. The fortune of Mars be with you. Alright. So, I'm going to save right here. Mostly because the autosaves in this game, I don't know quite what the logic is on where they place them, but they get weird sometimes. Like, placing, like, in a combat, they won't have an autosave for the start of the combat. They'll have one for, like, turn 3, or turn 2, or turn 1. Like, somewhere in there, just at the start of one of your turns. There's the autosave. I don't know if it's, like, the last turn you took, or what. Like, I haven't quite figured out how they work. Lives of the logic stage, Psalm 61, even in death our duty is not complete. A mortally wounded Skitari lies on the floor of this chamber, his torso laid open by gauss fire. He was evidently caught in a firefight and left behind when his unit fell back. It is likely the Skitari were attacked by Necron destroyers. The Skitari might have witnessed their tactics up close. So you can have the choice of interrogate the trooper about Necron combat tactics while they die. Deliverance, administer medical assistance to the trooper. They're probably still gonna die, but, you know, less painfully. Or access the trooper's internal cogitaries for data recorded during the firefight. That's the most Mechanicus thing to do. Life is cheap. Knowledge is what is important and should be preserved. This would definitely be the choice that Mechanicus unit would almost certainly take. The cohort inserts a data probe into the dying trooper's cortical port. The shock of extracting the data of his final moments finishes him off, but the cohort acquires several minutes worth of data showing the destroyers emerging from the shadows in perfect coordination and unleashing a fatal crossfire. They are heartened that the trooper was able to share this knowledge even at the moment of death. Yeah. Okay. Now, part of me wants to just hurry straight towards the target to cut down an awakening. But early game here, I really should do the best I can to get as much out of these encounters as I can. Plus you get more story by going through these exclamation mark zones. And the glyph, yeah, have a chance of giving me a lot. I know that one was bad. The Saxtant looking one, that's what it reminds me of with this symbol. A device for navigating at sea. It looks like a Saxtant. Ah, that one gives me Blackstone. Good. So we'll have to remember. Saxtant, good. At least in this game. I don't know if it would be the same if I start a new game or not. I'm not quite sure how random some of these things are. A single port designed for a Necron Canoptic creature from the device. Alright, good. I'll have to read the earlier part of that, but those glyph experiences tend to be fairly similar to each other. Anyway, so I'm not overly worried. Direct request, bring it to me, and direct request. The cohorts find a sarcophagus containing a Necron destroyer that seems inert. It may have malfunctioned and failed to respond to the tomb's awakening protocols. May have been a big thing, so I could tag it, mark the sarcophagus location for Skitari units to retrieve with what they can. Trying to think, grimdark, what could go horribly wrong? Likelihood would be, I tag it, move on, Skitari come for it, it wakes up and kills him. Alarm gets worse, bad things happen. Trash, destroy sarcophagus, it will be one for your Necron to fight. That's probably my best bet. Something could still go horribly wrong, but it's more likely to give me, Blackstone and other such things from destroying it. Open the sarcophagus and try to retrieve the destroyer inside. That is almost certainly going to go wrong. Trash. Ooh, even better, we got some Blackstone and some cognition points. The cohort easily destroys the sarcophagus, ensuring this Necron will never awaken. The explosion of the demolition charge used alerts nearby Necrons, but valuable components and materials can be salvaged from the shattered machinery. Now that's something that I've noticed also with this game. Some of these, what they say doesn't make sense. Like they say, this alerts nearby Necrons, but no awakening increase. And that sounds like something that should have been an awakening level increase. Alright, let's try this one next. Transmission origin equals Necron, Xenos language, study opportunity, request, study. Hark not to the aliens' words, lest ye unknowingly repeat them. True in Archimagos Veneratus hail and wrote it, Magos, true today. This chamber is based in a constant data flow transmitted by the Tombstone Awakening protocols. This transmission must be of Necron origin. So I could delegate, relay the transmission to my ship, basically the Estus Metallicon for translation, decode, attempt to decode the transmission locally with the cohort's internal cogitators, or dismiss. Lock out the transmission for squad communications and pay it no more mind. I'm going to do that one, because Necron technology is so advanced, some of it is basically magic. And basically, anytime you interfere with their coding stuff, it's just, you're asking to get infected. It's going to go wrong. Every time. Unless they want you to do it. Almost certainly. Like, unless you got extremely lucky, get something just right, it's not going to end well. Smissy is my best bet. The cohort's comms units are recalibrated to cut out the transmission. However, this creates a hollow feedback that alerts nearby Necron units to the presence. Once again, this feels like it should increase awakening, but I got Blackstone. The reasoning in some of these things doesn't really fit. Yeah, extra Necrons, blah blah. Bad one. I think this one healed. Single port designed for a Necron cut off the creature extrudes from the device. This will do that one. Because I know the other one, as I remember right, was bad, and I don't want to do bad. Because I would just hurt my units and do things that I don't need. Okay. Got 2 more of those, and we've got another glyph. I like that it doesn't increase awakening for me going back through rooms I've already been to. There's the stack one. I want that. One of my main goals with doing all this, even though it's increasing awakening a lot, is grab as much Blackstone as I can because upgrades are expensive and I need more of them. Mission relevant opportunity / combat data on provisional designation destroyers plus acquire minus ignore. This chamber is the site of a skirmish between the unit of Skitarii and the Necron destroyers. A few corpses badly mauled by Goss fire fly around a hurriedly erected blackweave barricade. Okay. Pray. Say a prayer for the fallen, marking the joining of their intelligence with the machine god. That's one I could see the Mechanicus doing, but it probably won't do me much good right now. Peruse. Examine the marks of weapons fire and other evidence for information on the Necron destroyer's combat tactics. I feel like that would not be helpful just because they're more likely to have just been like, they were deatomized. Go figure. Search the fallen for useful supplies. Probably my best bet. Alright, Necron's awakening went up. But what did I get? Fire, cooldown, single target ranged attack, but physical damage wise. Okay, this was one of the ones I had during the tutorial mission, I believe. Macro stubborn. Also, I want to mention, once again, the randomness of this to an extent. While some of these results were the same from previous attempts, the item I've gotten has been different every single time. Sometimes better, sometimes worse. This one's not bad. An antique pistol able to hurl out a thunderous cloud of solid slugs. Though the pistol's weapon science is relatively blunt, the sight of its bullet stream chewing the flesh of the foe offers an undeniable charm to even the most jaded tech priest. Yeah, that fits. Alright, one more spot to check. This area of the tomb of Acropus is covered in hieroglyphics interspersed with depictions of Necron constructs, most often engaged in war. Some of the images resemble the Necron destroyers, with their distinctive anti-grav hulls. could check for worldview, search the pictographs for evidence of Necron philosophy and beliefs surrounding the destroyers. Maybe? Warfare. Examine the pictographs for evidence of destroyer battle tactics and weaponry. Probably my best one. Examine the pictographs for any suggestions of weakness in the destroyer warforms. Necrons would never depict weakness in themselves. Their egos would not allow it. So that was a waste of time. Warfare. The destroyers are evidently highly mobile strike units, employed in open battle to eliminate units previously pinned down by the more numerous Necron warriors. While this is a logical use for the destroyers, it also confirms they are a major part of the Necron's battle strategies, and that understanding them further would be of a great benefit when battling these Xenos. Funny thing is, knowing more about the lore of the Necrons now, that's yes and no. Some Necrons will use them there are several Necron dynasties, and each one of them has their own quirky little differences in their beliefs and whatnot. So some of them would view the destroyers as a plague, no better than the flayed ones, which are the flare virus issue, which I think all of them agree is bad, except for the other flayed ones. And then, yeah, but then there are some that are like, destroyers, you want to literally eradicate all life out there. Cool. Over there. But deal with the bigger life first. You can worry about trying to destroy all the microorganisms after we're done with the stuff I need to deal with. Like, that's sort of the reason. For some of them. Anyway. Alright, we are about to enter into final combat. Let's go save on that one. Looks like actually it'll be the final and only combat for this mission, apparently. But hey, we got some good stuff out of it. Unless I completely missed something, we got everything out of there. Let's go in. Intrigue, most interesting. Not all forms are humanoid. Logging data plus Centurion form plus gravity defying. The Xenos show that they are more alien than we originally thought. Text of the Oiled Cog, Volume 12 states, one can verge from the standard form, but one must always retain their humanity, or be lost to the men of iron and their ways. I do not mean to diverge from the discussion. What are these iron men? Unclear. This text was logged many millennia ago. There's no other reference to them in my cogitators. Keep focused, brothers. We have a new enemy on foot. We must ensure they do not surprise us with new trickeries. Be alert and focused. Alright, so now I'm going to mention some things from my previous attempts. One, I initially tried to go around this way. Well, I think the first time I tried one tech priest goes this way, one tech priest goes this way. That was bad. Too much split up firepower. Couldn't focus enough on any one enemy to take them down before they could do me damage. I tried taking both this way. There's a Necron warrior that comes out over here, and he tends to clog up this way a little bit. And it was problematic for getting through in a timely fashion and just having it all work. That said, now that I've changed up my loadout, it might be the better option, because my other loadout before was having them both with the good gun. The problem is, it uses 2 cogitation to fire it, and the axes use 1, and I was using more cogitation every time than I was able to produce. And it was kind of problematic that way. So, let me see here. I'll put you here. Alright. Wish I could arrange you guys a little differently, but that'll work. And I'm gonna bring in some servitors. 2 of them, in fact. I am gonna try going back around this way now with my slightly different loadout because, yeah, I feel it'll be better for dealing with that one Necron warrior. And for opening up the path and getting in there, grabbing that terminal and the Blackstone from it, and then dealing with the destroyer. The other main thing is I need to definitely focus fire on the destroyer. It's one of my it's a primary part of the quest, for one. And 2, it goes twice a turn. Twice every round, it goes. So it like went once, and it'll go again at the end of the round here. And its weapon does a stupid amount of damage. Like, it's horrible. It really can wreck you. Okay, now my next move here, I'm just gonna go my normal movement levels for you, and I'm going to grab. Let me see here. Let's reveal your stats. And enter. Okay, he has 18 hit points, but no armor. You are going to move up here. Let's check your stats. Physical armor. Okay, that's a problem. I'm gonna have to pry him with my other stuff to be most effective. But you know what? I can make that work. So this will be useless against him, except for to finish him off once he's already down. But that's kind of why I brought that along anyway. So, end turn. Why is the Necron just sort of like that? That doesn't make sense. The AI in this game has been really hard to predict, I will also say. That randomness covers multiple zones. Like, why didn't the Destroyer go around him? If it had, it would have been open to attack anymore. Though I have seen a glitch where it could shoot through this wall. So I wonder if maybe I need to step my units back from the edge a bit. Alright. Let me see here. Let's just bring out all the servers right now. I'm curious to see how this will handle. In some ways. Done. Alright, you can't really go anywhere too far, but that's fine. I don't need you all out in the open just yet. Let's have you move forward and be a little more of a bait for this guy. There we go. You're a good spot there, and you can go with me. Servitors are good, basically just serve as... Oh look, a shiny! For the Necrons here, while I focus on gathering other things. I'm going this way. Alright, 1 cognition point. Excellent. You're gonna go there. Enter. Now, the longer I take, it's still worse in some ways because other things could happen. But I feel like this is probably my best approach. What are those? Opportunity equals knowledge, gather, must obtain, required. Interesting. The guy who died here before any of us even got here. The reason we came here in the first place, I believe. Looking for him. Scarabs detected. Source not data surfacing. No life forms detected. Area safe. Continue forward. Mechanicus, verify your cogitators, then tell me what surface from Magos Resix cogitators. I get, like, my main character, I sometimes feel like there's some exasperation in there with dealing with the others. And, like, obviously there's things here. Servo Skull's going, nothing detected, we're good. It's like, obviously there are things there. No, we're not. Scarabs of an unknown Xenos race. Biology synthetic. Possible artificial intelligence? Once specimens gathered, AI theory equals false. Personal recording. Weeks of study show there are many variants of Scarab, each with their own roles within the Xenos economy and architecture, able to build and deconstruct anything they encounter. They're able to repair other units within their species with lightning speed. Be warned, they are deadly in large swarms. It appears the machine spirit is with us. We've been able to access some more of Resic's data that we thought was corrupt. It must be due to us recording these Xenoswarms that the machine spirit has blessed us with access to these cogitator records. It's unsure why he would lock this under a synthetic proximity encryption. That destroyer is still being really weird, and I don't like it. I'm gonna save right now, because I think this next turn is when everything is going to go potentially horribly wrong. And if I make a bad move, I could have to start the battle over. Sam, battle 2. And I'm getting I personally am getting tired of redoing this combat, trying different methods, and going through the scenarios, trying different things. But I want to make the recording work right, too, so it is a lot of things. Okay, you move to there. Stay around that corner, though, because I don't want this destroyer to get a little too trigger-happy just yet. You can move up to there. Yes, shoot my guy right there. Oh, you did critical damage. That kind of stuff. But he lives. So there. And I get cognition. You smack it. I know he did some damage, obviously, but not a lot. You've not revealed the statistics for this target. As a result, the amount of damage dealt is unknown. Several skulls, specialized weapons, and other skills reveal the life of an enemy. Yep. Alright, if I move away, opportunity attack. From them, I kind of am tempted to do it for the sake of gathering cognition. Yeah, let's try that. 2 damage and acid. That kind of sucks. For an attack, like, it's not super strong, but it's definitely something that could do me harm. Also of note, I do not gain cognition from acid attacks. Okay, you move forward, hit this guy actually. Because now that I'm up close like that, it'll make him have to move and get an opportunity attack on him before he can attack me, unless he's got a melee attack, and I don't believe he does. End turn. They're moving up. Zap one of my guys. Okay. All the cognition for me. Scarabs are gonna make an attack, huh? I actually didn't think they would. I thought they would try something else. Wait, they didn't attack. What are those scarabs doing? And they're in a position now where they're completely exposed. Okay, this is a risky run here. If I use a cognition point, I can get up to here. I'll have to use one more, though, to do anything. To get up to that scanner if I want. Ooh, but if I go here, I can attack. I don't want to hit the... Yeah, okay. I want to focus on the destroyer right now because it is their primary damage. Critical damage. Alright, actually, that is worth saving my game after. Believe it or not. Because that may never happen again. Like, even if I reloaded, tried again, I may never see that damage happen in such a way. Okay, next up, Silver Skull, grab that cognition. Okay, now the tricky part is I'm exposed. And badly. If I get back, it's not going to do me any good there. I'm probably better off going forward here. I doubt I can get in a way that the... Like, I don't know if this guy only has ranged attack. Or if he has a melee attack as well. I think this is the time to experiment with that. If I go here, it should be able to walk past. Okay. And... attack. I have to end my turn there. I still don't want to use a canticle, because it would make it so I don't get that You can go to there. Can you get up to it? With one more you could, and then you could take a swing. Also, I get to do the scan, which gives me 77 black stone. Great. Okay, take a swing. Hit it. Please. Thank you. 4 damage. Very nice. And because I can, and 3, one more hit. Enter. Okay, it does have to move away in order to get... So, big point on the destroyer then. It is a ranged only item, at least this one was. And that means it's very susceptible. Alright, one more Necron Warrior. I can tank the Necron Warriors. I'm not worried about the Necron Warriors right now. Okay. You. Finish off that scarab, please. I do not want it repairing it. Or dealing more acid damage, for that matter. Now go stand in front of this guy to make it so you get an opportunity to attack if he moves. Alright. How best to do this now? I've got scarabs over here now too. Alright, no problem. I'll finish off that destroyer in a minute. I want you... That's that. Yeah. Okay, so you come up here. And smack him. I have no idea whether I'm doing any damage to this guy. He may have really good physical armor. No clue. But it's my best chance of getting some opportunity attacks in. He did not have physical armor. Ah, that was great. Okay, I can't get close enough to that one. But if you could come over here and smack him, 1, it'll make sure he does not. And 2, cognition point for me! Because if I kill him, I still get that cognition point even if a tech priest isn't next to him. Alright, enter. Yep. Alright, you go over here and join up with him on fighting this guy. Can't get close enough, but one of you should get an opportunity to do something. He's down. Cognition point for me, though. Yeah. You're gonna shoot me. I can tank that. That was more damage, though. That was a lot more damage than I like, but it is what it is. You can stay well away. Thank you very much. Ow. Alright, I'll take the damage. It's better than it repairing this guy. Okay, my tech priest goes beforehand, so I have my other tech priest finish it off. I want to have my damage focus on this Necron warrior right now. Oh, that was quite perfect, actually. Okay, move up. Take that. Smack him. Finish him off. 1 down. And keep moving up here because, you know, I'll take the time to work out here. I'll let the other units deal with that. You tap him out, please. Thank you. Done. Okay. Want to have him gain back up. And I could... Okay, destroying that won't destroy enough awakening because I think it only reduces by 2. So it won't destroy enough awakening to lower my awakening level. Better to hit the scarabs and finish them off in 1 shot before they can acid attack anyone else. Okay. Guess I don't really need him over here. So let's move you up here. And because you can, we'll shoot the terminal anyway. Maybe it'll be worth it. This is going so much better than my previous attempts. I will say that right now. So, just the inclusion of a gun that doesn't use up all of my cognition, and a weapon that lets me get a free melee attack in to finish off down Necrons extremely useful. You don't get close enough, and you can't either, no matter. But you can. Ran. Ran. Bang. And turn. Back again. You're a bit more durable than some of the others. Probably has some physical armor. Or I got some really bad rolls. Hard to say. Cognition. Got it. Okay. Alright, you're not going to be able to do anything against it. Yeah. Grab some cognition. Right. Okay. Yeah, -2 awakening. Oh well, at least I'll guarantee I don't get the awakening 5 probably by the end of this mission. And turn. Cognition points. Come up here, please. And last hit. You have to get into the line of sight. Okay. Move forward. I use a cognition for that. Last hit. Boom. Aha. Okay, we win. Simple tactical change from my other attempts. Overwhelming firepower was not the option because it just burned too much cognition. So I couldn't actually bring the firepower to bear. Bringing more availability of just being able to do more actions worked. And also, I think the help that I brought all the servitors in early on, so they were in that group there. Plus, honestly, what really saved me too, I think, was the destroyer being weird and not coming around to attack. I think every other attempt I did, he came around the corner, was going to town on my servitors, and he could just one-shot a servitor. So the fact that he didn't do that really changed it up. And I was able to get into melee with him a lot closer and do just overall damage. The cohort withdraws from the tomb, having experienced the prowess of the Necron destroyers firsthand. If nothing else, the Adeptus Mechanicus have learned of the stark danger these Necron warforms pose. Anti-grav comprehension index plus 3.9%. Projected beneficiary equals Stygia Air Adeptus Mechanicus. Stygia? That was the planet. Stygius 8, I think? I am focused on matters much closer in space and time, Scaevola. Retrieving Tech Acquisitor Statement of Purpose. To perceive the grander picture, to strive to acquire and understand for the benefit of all mankind. Be that as it may, I am more interested in how your studies will help our mission on Silva Tenebris. Latitude mode. Yes, a mode for this apparently. Trust in the scientific method, Magos. / latitude mode. I guess that means end latitude mode. Alright. So I lost some Blackstone just due to damages. But I can live with that and made up for it fairly well with just the damage I dealt. Because mission was successful, I get that cognition point increase. Worth it. Got some more Blackstone, and what is this? Scanner. An aggressive data mining device replaced by the... Oh yeah, I think I've looked at this before. Probably not worth it. At least not for... they're very useful for an augment. I think I've said that before. Mouse clicks, lots of stuff, damage taken, units lost. All in all, this was a considerable success. And we got the Cant of the Craft increased. One more level and it'll be at its max, which is plus 9 physical damage if I use it. Actually means I have to go through one more mission without using a canticle. Then I can go ham on the canticles and the game will be so much easier actually because some of these canticles are so overpowered. Let's take a look at what our things are. Okay, this mission's still the same rewards. What's yours? Normal difficulty? Probably gonna pass on that one for now and focus on the easy one. Just because we still need to build up some stuff. What is this one? Grave goods? What did I get for it? a cost 3 cognition item, but it does 6 to 8 damage, energy damage, and its machine spirit is it does less. So really expensive, but guaranteed high damage. I don't know if that's worth it right now, but I feel like later game that's going to be gold. Energy enhancer, all energy attacks gain +1 damage for 1 round. Potentially useful, especially if I go high energy build on some of my units. Energy enhancers are able to generate supercharging energy bursts that surge through a tech-priest's augmetics, empowering energy-based weapons beyond their normal limitations. Imagine that would also cause, in reality, overload problems more often. Favored during the Great Crusade before the turn, bolt gun drove them into decline. Volkite weapons impart so much thermodynamic energy to the target that those under their shimmering rays simply combust. Pyromania. Good times. Alright, so next time, I think I'm going to do this mission, the Winds of Change. Just because it might be good to have a better option, a second option for the melee. What does this do? Target has a chance. Yeah, that one may or may not be good depending on how I use it. But mostly it's just give myself time to build up some stuff. But we'll see. I don't know. I'll debate on it. It depends on how well I can use this Blackstone here to improve my units and what it opens up possibility-wise. We should probably... Wait, is this color scheme? You can change your color schemes? Oh, that's great. Let's see how this works. Mars, Ryza, Metallica, or Custom. You can make your own color schemes for your troops. Oh, that's great. Let's try... Okay, that reminds me of the Plague Monks from Vermintide. I like that one. I'm gonna try that one. Alright, anyway. Good stuff. We finally made it through that mission. For you guys, it was probably just that one run. No problem. But for me, it was a lot. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like, hit subscribe, so you can keep up with new releases and all that. Let's check the news for view real quick. Nothing new here. This guy doesn't have any new missions for us, though he's only there in news for it. Probably a good idea to keep an eye on him, see what new stuff comes up. Can I see anything new on the field in general when I click on these guys? No? Okay. We have to figure some stuff out there. Anything interesting here? Here's no. Tentacles. Yeah, one more mission without. We good there? Sorry. Distraction. Just checking over what we got. Okay. Yeah, nothing new to see with the newest one. Anyway, have a great night, everyone.